Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. This is Channel Messages, where I channel and talk to those who have passed, and sometimes those who are alive, okay? And receive very special messages that I share with you all. It is Friday. We made it. I'm so glad it's the weekend. I hope you had a manageable week. I hope you have something planned for the weekend. I hope you're able to stay cool. There's a heat wave coming here on the East Coast. Oh man, it's going to be so hot. I'm a bit excited and also not. Anyway, so I'm just going to jump right in because I don't have much to say, okay? So everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged, even in the comments, okay? This is for entertainment purposes, but I'm not here to entertain you. I'm just joking. Anyway, also if you want a private reading from me, you can click more in the description of this video and the link will be there, or you can email me moonlightergy15@gmail.com, okay, and request a personal reading. There's a list there. You'll see the list of readings I offer, and I shall give it to you. I shall offer the service for you, okay? All right, so let's talk about who I'm channeling. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I will be channeling Zora Neale Hurston. She was an author, a folklorist, anthropologist, and a hoodoo practitioner. Okay. Next I will channel, who will I channel next? Mother Catherine Seals. Okay, spiritual healer, founder of the spiritual church movement in New Orleans. I was reading about her. She's very powerful. Very, 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 very powerful. Okay. You can see the pictures in the thumbnail. Those are the women in the order that I speak of them. Okay. Zora Neale was born in 1901. She died in 1960. Mother Catherine Seals was born in 1870. She died in 1930. Aunt Caroline Dye, born 1843, died in 1918. She was a famous hoodoo seer, a card reader in Arkansas, okay? She was a psychic. She did dream interpretation, okay? She read others' intentions. People visited her from all over, okay? Very, very powerful. And Marie Laveau, born 1801 to 1881. Okay, she was a voodoo high priestess of New Orleans. Okay, so I will channel these. Marie Laveau is very famous, but you can look these women up. Okay, so I'm gonna channel each of them, and hopefully I can connect, and hopefully they can give me some messages that I could pass on to you guys. Okay. You could like the video now if you want. You don't have to. If you want to see the content, I understand. But I'm just reminding you in case you forget to like the video. All right, so here we go. I'm going to just sit here for a moment. So I'm going to channel Zora first. Okay, I'm going to light a candle. Wise one Zora, seer across time and space, I honor your legacy and call upon your spirit. Share your wisdom with me, that I may speak the truth and heal what must be healed, and walk with power. She said, hello. Her energy feels very, she feels very calm, just waiting for me to ask her questions. She said, I am ready when you are. What stories are being told in the United States right now that mask deeper truths? She said, she's saying there's a lie being told about the oppressed. She said, pressure. I feel a lot of pressure. She's saying the lie being told is with their passing, the United States will be safe. But the United States is the danger, is what she said. She said the fear that is being uprooted from those in power. She said will only cause more damage to those who follow them, but they don't see it. She said they don't see it because they refuse to or simply cannot see it. She said the other real truth is that we are in a mass awakening. She said we are not far from it. She said we are so close to it that the air changes. She's saying that there will be, it's so interesting. She said there will be a push done by the people that will be so strong it will shock everyone. She's saying culturally. How can cultural memory be used to challenge propaganda and reclaim power? There's so much propaganda. She says simply don't fit in their narrative. Don't sit in their narrative. She's saying move away from it. Prove them wrong. She's saying you have a responsibility to seek the truth. She's saying there's so much. She's kind of speaks dramatically. Very interesting. She's saying there's so much culture underneath your feet. And she's saying that's power. She's saying so much has been forgotten. She's take words. My mind is going so fast. She keeps referencing culture, but it's a culture, and that, it's a culture it feels very, very old. It is more than, she was an anthropologist, she was an artist, she was an author, truth teller, and she's referring a lot to a very, very like ancient culture. And I could see her showing me, and I could feel in the energy that what she's showing me is something very old. She's saying to me, this is our people. She's saying they were a great gift to humanity. They knew how to honor each other. Oh, that's so fascinating. She's uh she's talking a lot about I know I'm quiet. But I'm trying to it's a lot of I'm trying to hold the space for all the things that I'm experiencing so that I can relay the message. So I apologize for my quietness, but she's referencing a lot about ancient, something very old and ancient, and saying it's beneath our feet and we've forgotten about it, and how we need to go back to that. It feels like she's saying back to this beginning. She's saying it will look different. I'm trying to really. She said culturally you have to connect to what it is to be human. She keeps referencing, she keeps showing me people walking barefoot. And she keeps referencing the walk. She's saying, the walk. What is that? She's saying there's something powerful in the walk. She said, you will know what that is soon. She said, it's an ancient movement, and you will know what that is soon. She asked her, would we. She plucked the question from me. She said, you will do more than survive this. And she's sort of doing this with her hand, like. She said people will have been through much, much worse than this. And she's not. She's acknowledging, she's saying, yes, there are people who are suffering. There have been people who have suffered. She said, but this will end soon. I asked her, what about healing? She said, healing will come later. You must learn to walk first. She said, you will all get through this. This is a valuable lesson. What is the walk specifically? If you could tell me. She said it's the long road to salvation. She said it is different for each individual. She said you sing, you dance along the walk, you cry, you shout. She said it is something to spiritually cleanse you. She said it comes with the challenges in life. And she keeps saying, don't worry. Don't, she keeps doing this. Don't fear. Don't be afraid. She's saying everyone has so much to learn. It could be frightening. It could be daunting. But the lessons here are worth it. I just asked her something. I don't want to make... It's interesting because I'm going to tell y'all what just happened. I heard her reference God, and I felt it strange because I got in the sense I wasn't sure until I looked just now, because I felt in the energy she wasn't really religious. And it says here she was an atheist. But I asked about the oppressed, and she said they are in God's hands. She said they will be fine. They are in God's hands. She wasn't religious in a traditional sense. And she did explore religious themes and practices. she was an atheist. Okay, which I felt in her energy. I felt her more akin to nature is how she, her spirituality felt like earth. What she's showing me and what I feel from her. This grounded energy. And as she said, they are in God's hands. She simply said, I know now what truths are out there. It is for others to discover that truth. Okay. I'm going to disconnect from her. I'm going to thank her. All right. That was Zora. It was a lot. It wasn't intense. I just was feeling a lot of pressure. She's very powerful, very grounded. The ending was interesting, but she was basically, her point, she kept referencing this ancient culture and how we talking about the walk. I have to see what that is. That's what she called it. And it feels like an experience. She said we are going through an awakening. And it will be shocking. Much similar to what other people have said, which was interesting. Okay. All right, I'm going to channel. Who should I channel next? Mother Catherine Seals. She was a spiritual healer, divine feminine guide. She was a nurturer, of faith communities. I'm going to ask her some questions regarding what's happening, and hopefully I can connect to her. I'm going to use the same invocation. Wise One, Mother Catherine Seals. Whew, she's coming in already. Wise One, Mother Catherine Seals. Sarah across time and space. I honor your legacy and call upon your spirit. Share your wisdom with me that I may speak truth. Heal what must be healed and walk with power. Her energy feels like her presence rather feels looming. He's very strong and quiet. And she just said, hello. She said, you could ask me your questions. Okay. My first question, there's the bells. My first question is, where does the soul of the United States need healing most urgently? She's shaking her head. I could see her. And saying it's still the same. It's still the same. That's what she's saying. And then she's saying, she said, it's still the same but different. She said, they need to stop telling people how dangerous they are. She said I could speak spiritually. And she said she said they need to pray to God for forgiveness. And she's doing this. They need to pray to God for forgiveness. She's very passionate, and she's speaking. She's saying they want to. She's very upset, honestly. She's saying they want to hurt everybody. And she said that she's saying there has been so much wrong done. She said the only way to heal is to stop. And she's referencing everything. Killing, disrespect, thieving. And that's what I hear her saying, killing and thieving. And she's saying, it's outrageous. And she is like holding her hands in supplication and upset and she's saying it's outrageous. And she can't believe it's still this way, or this is still continuing. It's very interesting. What spiritual leadership is required in a time of confusion, in a time of collapse? You're so upset about what's happening. She's saying men fear God. She's saying, I really like her energy. I really, really like it. She's showing me. She's referencing women. I asked her about women and healing. And she's softened up so much. And she said, women are the true healers. She said that is what they do not want you to know. How can we rebuild a sacred community amid fear, division, and violence? She said there's a power behind faith. First she said you have to pray, you have to believe, and then she said there is a power behind faith. She said a lot most people don't understand that power. She said, if you let yourself open up enough, you can receive that power. She said she received visions. I received visions from God, she said to me. She said, the truth is there. What y'all are all going through is treacherous. She's so, like, she can't believe it. She doesn't like violence. She said, y'all will know when you are healing. And she's saying, you will heal. She said, this kind of evil cannot last. There's always an other side. She said, you have to keep going. You have to keep marching forward. And she was referencing leaning. First she was saying, referencing healing yourself. And, you know, first she was sort of saying, heal yourself enough to not necessarily not to rely on others, but there's a strength in, she's saying there's a strength in standing up for standing by yourself, and that will help you build connections. She's saying you have to get strong first. And she's saying, you know, she's referencing women again. She said there's power there again. And she said women have always been the key to forward movement. She said women will be the ones who, she said women will be the ones who fix it. I asked her, what do you think of Kamala? Just, you know. And she said, she's okay. She'll be okay. And then she said, she's my sister. you will get through this. And she said, by the grace of God, but she is referencing again something that this power, and I could feel that she's saying we can't see it. We can't see it, but it's there. Okay, I'm going to disconnect here. Okay. That was Mother Catherine. So upset. First of all, she was just like, she kind of was focused on her upset a lot. Very just like, ugh. Very just like, what is going on? This is treacherous. This is terrible. I can't believe it's still the same. But saying we have to learn to self-soothe, learn to heal ourselves individually, to strengthen ourselves. This is a fight. Women are the ones, basically, to fix this. That was her overall message. Very upset. I can't express how upset she is. Okay, very gentle. When she started speaking about healing in women, she softened. Her voice changed. It was very interesting, comforting. Okay, Aunt Caroline Dye is the next person. She is legendary, okay? She was a hoodoo seer, truth diviner, dream interpreter. Very, very powerful. And I hope I can connect to her. Aunt Caroline Dye. She said, what's going on? What is this? She said, you could ask me anything you want. What do you see for us as a country? She said, I see a country lost. She said, all of y'all need to come together. All of y'all suffering under the boot of these people have to come together. What do you see spiritually? She said, I think you know. There are forces working in the shadows. She said, I asked her, do you see us getting to the other side of this? And she looked at me like, stop asking me questions you know the answer to. She said, yes, after a time of strife, you'll get to the other side. But she wants me to stop asking her things I know the answer to. She's very much unimpressed by me. What must be revealed, no matter how uncomfortable, for us to get through this or for healing to begin? She said, you must willingly seek the truth to unveil the lies you're being told. Don't fall into the lie. That's kind of like what's her name said. She's trying to show me something. Oh wait, I have to write this down. She's showing me letters. I don't know what that means. SVEORW? What does that mean? SVEORW. What is that? She said, they are words to the truth you seek. Me? Me. She's saying we are going through a slow awakening. She said the letters are not in order. It's for me to figure out. Okay? Like a scramble, I guess. The words are not in order. She is, she's just like, you have to do the work. She's kind of reading me a little bit. I'm going to figure that out later. What signs have already been given that maybe we're ignoring? She said, you are being shown right now what is being done and what the consequence will be. And she's saying, look closely. Whew. She showed me the energy of Donald Trump, his energy. And she is saying it's all about, she said this is about karmic power, karmic energy. She said, no, I said karmic energy. She's saying to me that we have to do the work. We have to use our power in the right way, and that we haven't. And she's saying to me, she's really tough. She's saying, do not lie to yourself. What will happen to the people who are the oppressors? She said they will not last long. She's saying she's saying that the universe has taken care of them. She's saying, though time moves slowly, it is not something you need to worry about. She's talking to me, quite honestly. She's kind of schooling me a little bit, and she's saying to me, she's telling me, you have to focus on your work as using my gifts. She said everyone is preparing. Whether they know it or not. And she said, you must prepare also. She said if you do not prepare, you will be left behind. And there are big changes coming. She said you have to, she's stressing that I pay attention. And she said the signs are already there, which is what I've been told already, which is what I know. But she's saying that it feels like I'm missing something. She's just sort of like, you don't need to worry. Is it something dangerous? She said, no more dangerous than any other awakening. And she's saying, though, you have to have care to protect yourself spiritually, and that is for everyone. She said, nothing will look the same. Be prepared. I'm going to disconnect now from here. I want to thank her. And that was Aunt Caroline. She was not impressed by me. Not that I thought she would be, or I expected her to be. But she, not that she didn't want to talk to me, not really, but she, in her energy, was just like, well, you know all these things. You have to do better. Something big is coming. It'll be shocking. It won't be dangerous. But why are you asking me this? Get to work is what I felt in the energy. Get to work. Prepare. It didn't feel, I have to figure out what those letters mean, but it didn't feel, she was not, I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're weary. Get yourself together and get with it. And she was talking to me and you, if you have not gotten yourself together. Okay. She didn't seem too worried about telling me. She said, you know the answer. And she's saying everyone knows. She was not being sugarcoating or, it's very interesting how the different personalities, how different women show up this way. And they're so, obviously we're not the same, we're all human. But it's just so interesting. I knew exactly what she was saying to me. Okay, let's do Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau. She's the voodoo queen, protector of the people, spiritual justice worker, okay? Marie Laveau. She said, come in. Then she said, come here, child. Oof. Mm. Wow. Okay. I'm going to ask my first question rather. She said something to me very personal that I won't share, but it was very validating. My first question is, how can spiritual power be used to protect the vulnerable in times of national instability? She's saying there is strength in knowing you are protected, and she's showing me a feather, a dark feather with smoke. She's saying there, she said yes. And she said there are many spiritual rituals you could do for protection. Her energy is very graceful, it feels. There's a smoothness to her. Her movements are graceful. I asked her, why are we going through this? And she's saying, she said, because you have to. Why does anyone go through anything? She said, life is simply difficult sometimes. And she said she said it's full of terror at times. And you change the terror into something you can protect yourself from. The terror. She said you have to discover where your power lies, so that you can use it against the terror. She's showing me some in the energy, horrific things. I can't see it vividly. but I know what it is, and it's terrible. And she's saying that the terror, you take that and you use what your power is to shield yourself from it. What is being asked of the spiritually gifted in this moment? She said to be strong. This is wild. She said there has been so many awakened. She feels very proud of it. She feels so proud of all the healers, all the people with gifts. She said the spiritual world is awakened. And then she said, you don't see, you have to see. She said that is what terror does. She said, do not fear. Everyone will be fine. She's really much like, don't be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. She's showing me herself in a white painted face so suddenly. She's showing me her doing a ritual, and she's saying you are protected. And she's saying that there's so much power. I asked her, will we get through this? She said, yes, guide yourself to your power. And she's just like, it's so simple. That literally, she just said that. It's so simple. Believe is what she's saying. Believe in your ability. Don't hesitate. I asked her if the collective as a whole is awakening, and she said, oh, yes. She said, even those who don't want to awake. And she's smiling. She said that she's mentioning the spiritual world again, and she's saying that it is, there's so much energy and so many messages I'm hearing that, and I keep hearing her say this, she said it before about the spirit world, that it's like she's showing me pulsing lights and the energy, and I can hear her saying like, oh, this, it's alive. Like, yes, it's alive, but she's saying like it's so much power from the terror, not just here but just like globally. I asked her about Kamala, and she said her power is on a level of mine. And then she said she doesn't fully know that. And she said she's a deity. I have seen people, because of her name, she doesn't mean in the literal sense. She means in her power. She knows, she said she knows that she's powerful, but she doesn't understand the how powerful she is. She said the world will open for her. She said, but first another world must be dealt with. What does that mean? She said you have to let the lights align so they can all shine at once. She keeps saying the time always arrives. Okay. I'm going to disconnect. She gave me some advice, but ultimately she said, we'll be okay. That was Marie Laveau. Very excited for the times. Very much not worried about. Really saying like, focus on your power. There's so much happening in the spiritual world because of the terror, as she called it, and showed me even her own terror. I couldn't see it, but I could feel it. I couldn't see it vividly, but I could see something. It was, but she's just saying all this power, all these people with spiritual gifts awakened. The spirit world is vibrating, because of all of this that's happening. But we'll get to the other side. Okay, so that was Marie Laveau. That was the end of that. I hope this resonated with you. I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was at least a little bit comforting. Sorry for the moments of silence. This is what happened. This is how it is when I channel, quite honestly. Like the video if you liked it. Comment down below. And I will see you again soon. Bye.